wonder, can stream hear me now? Hopefully they can. Apologies if you couldn't hear me there. My mic having issues. I definitely need to get a new one. But Monkey comes across the line in 15th. So I'm quiet. I don't really know what to do with that. I'm pretty sure I have everything on good volume. Yeah, I should have everything on good volume. Okay. Thank you, Billion Penguin, for helping me out there in the chat. He's currently sitting in 9th. Example coming in pits. Hopefully that should be better now. Hopefully there should be no more audio issues for the rest of the stream. And we'll try and get back on the action as Ritzy is on a lap. And Zampa's first to retire. He's comfortable with his lap. Thinks he's going to make it through to Q2. Oh, and Ritzy's lost it in the final corner. And I just seen Dubsy's come past for his first lap in the AlphaTauri. Up into 9th. I'm not sure if Conley's just starting his lap. I think he is. And we're seeing Husky start a lap. And just Sander coming around. Trying to get into Q2. And Remix is the next to retire. Happy with his time. I think Bradley couldn't improve there as he came across the line. Zambikira is invalid, so she'll come into the pits for her final lap. Try and get on some new tyres. Husky across, up into 9th. Okay, just letting people past. I think just Sander might be setting another lap. Nope, coming in the pits. Rizzy's on light lap. Let's see who's next. Takumi's coming rapid, and then Merc. And Takumi's invalid. And Wraith's left. Let's see if I can get him back in. Hopefully he should be back in, I'm not sure. Wraith, if you can't get back in, let me know in the chat, or I'll try and get the chat on the Discord open as well to see. I think Brizzy's coming across, and AlphaTari of Dubsy, JLE. Into the pits. BJ cutting in the corner, trying to get as much time as he can. We see Takumi come across the line behind Monkey. Monkey jumps into 15th. That might see him through to Q2. And Takumi has dived out of the way of Ritzy, who has done 10 laps on these softs. That doesn't look real. But okay, I guess. Let's see what Dubsy can put in for a final time. Purple in the middle sector, but I've seen everyone getting a purple in the middle sector, so I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. Let's see if it is. Up into 9th. As I think that's Q1 done as Bradley's invalid, so the bottom 5 of Just Sander, BJ, Wraith, Zombie Kira and Budweiser will be out in Q1 and won't see Q2. I think Ritzy probably just didn't get that much practice and he's just using Q1 as practice time. That's my guess, if those tires are correct. And Takumi seems to have spun it at the back there, so that should be Q1. And I just want to say thanks to Formula Maxim for another sub. 7 months in a row. Well, here's your gap. So Stenner on pole in Q1, Zampa in 2nd, and Takumi in 3rd. And then the people who are eliminated are Just Sander, BJ, Wraith, Zombie Kira, and Budweiser, who seemed to lose it at the 2nd corner. Didn't see what happened, but seen the remains of his Ferrari. I do think Retzi was doing 10 laps on them one softs, but luckily he can do that in Q1 because in Q1 it doesn't matter as much as in Q2. The tyres you qualify in is the tyres you will start the race in. And every so often I'm going to have to just... Oh, and we've got rain in Q2. This was unexpected. Didn't see this coming. Let's try and get everything back up again. I was expecting dry quali and dry race, so this should liven things up. Had a weird glitch where the audio just went there, so it's my first time riding solo in the comms booth, so forgive me if there's going to be several problems with it. I'll try and keep the issues to a minimum. And Takumi just using the grass to help with grip. That will be what we say. It should be Husky to start his lap first, so we'll go on board. Back end twitching. Now Husky is second in the championship, so if he were able to get some good points here, I think he'd be able to jump Budweiser, although that back end twitch will not help, as Budweiser will be starting in last, so it'll be difficult for him to maintain his lead in the championship. Well, the fact that there's rain in Q2 should spice up the race a lot, as everyone will now get to choose what tyres they're on if the race is dry. So we could see a multitude of different strategies going on throughout the race. And Husky's just really struggling in this wet weather. Purple middle sector. Comes across a 119. Charisma next. A 117. Maxim currently in pole with a 117.2, and Stenner obliterates all those times with a 115.9. Monkey joins with a 118.9. Let's see who's across the line next. It should be... I was going to say it should be Billy Penguin, it was, and he jumps up into 5th. DS Kofi jumps up into 2nd. A yellow flag in Sector 1, and we come up on it. I think that was Zampa who spun. Yep, it was. Currently, as it sits, we've Red Bull 1-2 so far. Dub Z jumps up into 4th. It's a great lap in the AlphaTauri. I wonder, are people going to go for multiple laps? As you can get away with it in quali, and we're seeing that. Maxim and Craig both going for more laps, but neither of them improve. And Ritzy had jumped up into second to separate the two Red Bulls. Takumi starting the lap. And Brazy will be setting his first time. Up into 5th. As next across the line should be, it was Dubsy, but should have been Ram, but it says he's did 2 laps, but maybe he's went into the pits on both. Husky across the line next. Up into the 9th. Ritzy across the line again. Doesn't improve. We've got a yellow, but it doesn't look like there's a stopped car. I think Brazy's out of fuel. That's why it's given a yellow. Let's see who's next on track. Billion, cross line. Into 9th. Zampa is not next, it's Takumi. Takumi into 12th. Zampa will be next. Into 11th. And Ram with a purple middle sector. I don't really know if any of these purple middle sectors are legit. Although I do know that Ram is quick, so we'll see what he's set. Up into 6th. See Billion letting Takumi or Zampa through. I would be slightly worried about both Mercedes drivers, as they're both not going to make it into Q3 as it currently stands. And JLE is sitting in the pits currently, still not to set a lap. Only person yet not to set a lap. Zampa up into 5th. Billion into the pits. Remix potentially giving Dubsy a tow, his teammate. He's coming to the pits. Dubsy's on outlap. Charisma should be across the line next. Into 6th. As I think it was Ritzy across the line next. But didn't improve. Craig starting a lap. Monkey next. Takumi and another purple middle sector, so we'll see again if is that legit. Into 12th. Dubsy in 10th. Can he improve? Up into 6th. Oh. And that was Ritzy who lost it. Oh. And JLE is just stopped in the track. He's retired. Let's see. It's hard to say if he is damaged. I mean, he must do, but I can't see it with my own eyes. Yeah, if I'm Takumi, I'm putting on a fresh set and going for a final lap. And for a second there, it looked like Charisma was going to go on the wets, but it must have been just a glitch. Let's see who is next across the line. It should be Craig in 9th. Yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's Ritzy retiring. As we see, Brazy doesn't improve. Formula Maxim, I don't think improved. See what Remix can do. Doesn't improve. I think to be safe you need a 17.5 at the moment. I'm seeing a lot of 17.6s that wonder is that Zampa? It is, but he's on an outlap. Brazy across the line. No, into the pits. In the pits is Maxim as well. Monkey is due to go on another lap. And Billion across the line next. Doesn't improve, unfortunately. And Ram retires. Unfortunately, outside the bottom 5. Let's see if Takumi has enough to improve. Not yet, as it should be Zampa next. No, into the pits. Kofi into the pits. Monkey into the pits at a rapid pace. Can't tell if that was a glitch or not. And we're on board with Billion to see can he make it out of Q2 and into Q3. And I think he might have another lap to go. Wait, a car stopped on track there, so I think Takumi might have lost it. Billion has one more shot to make it. Otherwise, it'll be Remix, Takumi, Billion, Monkey, and JLE out of Q2. Just really struggling to get the car turned in. Well, I think that is the bottom 5 as it stands. If Billion can't get a lap in. And that should be us for Q2. I'm just gonna have to double check every so often that my mic is working. I'll definitely have to try and buy a new one before next week. I've also got to remember to keep looking at the race director to make it easier on the stewards here at SSR. Anyway, going into Q3, where it seems to be raining a lot more. I think Stenner was on pole in Q2. Looking strong in the Red Bull. We'll see if he can put it on pole again in Q3. Arrow 971's on comms sandwich. Or sandwiches, I don't really know how you say your name. I always say sandwich, because it looks how it's pronounced. And for this qualifying session, oh my god, not again. Oh, what is happening? Both Renaults have been disqualified. Both Renaults have been disqualified. That is unbelievable. I think someone spun in the pits and then they just stop, so they get disqualified. Ah yes, yep. Me and Sandwich, always racing. For the last couple of races it's been me, Sandwich and DS Kofi who I'm on board with at the moment. It's always us three battling in Tier 3. And Stenner is still in the pits, but it says he's on the intermediates. I don't think that's right. think Charisma should be first around the track. So Maxim has just said in the Discord that he spun in the pit exit and then Craig stopped, obviously to avoid contact, and then both of them got disqualified for blocking the pit entry for whatever reason. I did mention last week that F1 does have a problem with their penalty system, and there you've seen proof of it. As we'll see what Charisma computer time in. Ooh, 3 times the back end slips on him on the wets. Comes across the line for 1:19. Now on the wets, that seems like a pretty quick time, as last time out everyone was setting 1:17s. 1:20. And Stenner is actually on the intermediates. Let's see if that pays off. And Zampa should be next across the line. Or no, he's dipping into the pits. Maybe, I think Ritzy's across the line next. I think Zampa has realised that the it's starting to rain less, so intermediates might be the way to go. As Ritzy does a 1:18.3, but the rain does look slightly less heavy than it was at the start. We'll see if Charisma comes in for inters. It's looking like that's what's happening, is there's going to be a switch to inters, as there's a yellow flag in the first sector as Brizzy, I think, lost it in the same place that Budweiser did, but got away without terminal damage. I think the key of this qualifying session will be just who can go out the latest as the track dries. So everyone will be wanting to get a bunker lap on the inters, and then potentially wanting to go out as late as possible when the track will be at its driest. As Stenner, our first inter runner, crossed the line, a 1:17.2. That looks a very similar time to his Q2 run. I wonder, is Husky coming across the line again? He will be. Doesn't improve though. I think he's probably just trying to get used to how the track is going to be in the wet. And I think Dub Z should be your next to set a lap, unless Brazy's setting a lap. And he's in a purple first sector on the wets. In the house. We will see what he can do. He did put it on pole last week. Oh, big snap. I may have put the pressure on him there if he's listening to the stream. Apologies for that. Probably heard me say put it on pole last week. And Stenner does it 1:16.6. It is difficult to tell if that will be beatable or not as the track dries. I think Dub Z is next across the line. purple middle sector, and I think that one might be legit. Hopefully. Stubbsy goes third. And Zampa around the final corner. Unless you would classify that as the final corner, but either way. Let's see what time he can do. 1:17.6, so Stenner is a second quicker than the next driver, and I thought Zampa would be the biggest challenger for him so far. He's in the Merc. And I think Charisma will be the next on a lap unless Dubsy does another. So we'll stay on board with Dubsy and see if he comes into the pits or not. And he's going for another lap. And it does look quicker on the data, and he jumps up into the third. Let's see what Charisma can do. Up into second. And Zampa comes round for another lap. Oh, and he's on pole. He's on pole with a 16.5. So close to Stenner's time as well. This is literally Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen battle right here. Stenner's gonna want to have to come out of the pits for another time if he wants the pole. I think who should be on a lap next? There's several people on outlaps, and I don't even know where Brazy is. How'd you get out there? So he must have lost it, just went straight on, I don't know. It's a bit confusing how he ended up there. I wonder if he's going to go for a lap after. I mean, he kind of has to, because he doesn't have enough time, I don't think, to get around, or he might be cutting it close if he comes into the pits. But Zampa will be doing another lap, and Zampa goes even quicker. Very, very slightly. Goes even quicker. As Stenner's on an outlap, and DS Kofi's on an outlap. Can we see who's coming across the line next? I think it's Husky. It should be Husky. He seemed to be struggling with conditions last time I was on board with him, but just seeing through these last couple of corners, he looks a bit more confident. Not getting the back end twitch that he was before. And I'm pretty sure Husky is up. Oh, he's up into fourth in the Alfa Romeo. I'm pretty sure he is second in the championship. Yep. Husky is second in the championship as things stand. Oh, and Ritzy goes on pole with a 1:15.9. Brazy's invalid again, so I don't know if he's going to improve. As I said, as the track dries, it might be best to leave it to the latest possible time to put a lap in. And Ritzy's just shown that, going much quicker than everyone else. Stenner struggling. I don't think he'll improve. Although it does say purple middle sector, although it said a purple middle sector for everyone, I think. we will see. His time on the lap data is still looking pretty good. Oh, and Stenner's put it on pole. Into first. Can Ritzy beat him on his second lap round? Improves, but it's not enough. And while I was distracted, I think DS Kofi's jumped up into third. I think Brazy isn't going to set a lap. And Charisma seems to be out of fuel, so let's see what DS Kofi can do in his final lap. Can he improve? I'm not sure if he did slightly improve. He did slightly improve, but stays in P3. And I think that should be us for Q3. So Stenner will be starting on pole, and Ritzy will be in second, who seems to be contractually obligated to Ferrari, because anytime I've seen RPL so far this season, I've only really seen him in the Ferrari from memory. As we see, blocking the pit lane, disqualifications for both Renaults. As I'll double check again that my mic is working. Yep, I think it is. So, hopefully my mic can work for as long as possible throughout the race. Hopefully there's no issues. If you ever do hear a long awkward silence, like longer than the ones I usually do, just put it in the chat, let me know. As everyone will be doing their strategies for the beginning of the race. Well, my mic was, I think it stopped working in Q1 and then it was fixed, so but last time I did RPL it did stop working sometimes, and there's no real explanation for it. My mic just kind of just gives up, and then I plug it out and in again, and then it works. So I don't really know. If anyone can recommend a good mic to get for Xbox, that'd be great. But our front three for the race will be Stenner, Ritzy, and DS Kofi. And Zampa's ready up. So I'll just double check before we get going. Okay, so I think Mike is back again. I have a Rig 800 wireless. Well, I'll have to and Takumi's a spectator. Why is that? Have you left the... I wonder, is he still in the game? Takumi, if you could let me know if you're still in the game, or has it just glitched out on you, or what the story is. Now, we'll have a look at the tyres, what everyone's on. Oh, very interesting. So, our pole sitter center starts in the mediums, Ritzy starts in the softs, Dace Kofi starts in the softs, and then Zampa and Dubz both going for the bull move hard straight away. And Charisma, Husky on the mediums as well. We're seeing a big variation of tyre choices throughout the way, so it's difficult to tell what the optimum strategy will be. Oh, and Zampa has spun, trying to get some heat into those tyres. That will not be great for the start. Yeah, Takumi, I'm pretty sure you can take control of your car after Sector 1. Or maybe just as the race starts, but be careful because it might load you into... a bad place to be loaded into, like directly into turn 1 when you rejoin. So, I think this is an okay enough angle as we get under the way, and Ritzy, oh, they're all ghosted. Is everyone supposed to be ghosted? But I think we've got away relatively fine. Oh, the Haas has lost it. The Haas of Zombie Kira at the back. Maxim's up 4 positions. It was really difficult to see what happened at the start there, and Brazy seems to be falling in the order there. Doesn't seem to have damage though. It was really difficult to see what was happening at the start there because there was... it seemed everyone was ghosted. Very hard to tell what was going on. But Maxim so far has jumped up 4 positions. Paying up for that... ooh. As he seems to be forcing Husky through the corner. He was making up for the disqualification that he had in qualifying. Ooh. This is close. As Husky gets back past but squeezes Maxim. And Charisma will be back on the back of Maxim as well. Maxim in the softs is trying to make the most of these tyres, as we have another yellow flag, and it is a virtual safety car. I seen there was a front end plate. I think there was a car off. I think it was Monkeys lost it, but unfortunately didn't see it. But we've got a virtual safety car on the second lap of this hectic Brazil Grand Prix. And Wraith in the Williams is up 6 places, and Takumi just went for the overtake there, but you can't overtake under yellows, so I hope Takumi knows that. Although, surprisingly enough, everyone seems to be ghosted, and we're back racing, so... And Wraith, I think, has got the jump on Billion Penguin. And we're back on our way racing, but I don't know if the stream is working or not. Hopefully it is, but I've no way of knowing, as Stenner has pulled the gap to Ritzy, and Dace Kofi on the back of him. Once I know that the stream is working again, I can give you a race update, but I really am not sure. Just checking my mic is working. So I think the stream is back. Thankfully, the stream's restarted again as under safety car. So as the safety car went in, the stream is back up and running. Dace Kofi's going to get past Ritzy by the looks of things. The cyber side in turn 1. Very close. And Dace Kofi should hopefully pull the gap now that he's on the softs and Ritzy's on the hards. Now Formula Maxim on the back of Ritzy. Isn't going to go for the move. He is going to just use Ritzy as a tool by the looks of things. So what you missed, while I think the stream had lagged out, I don't know at which point it had lagged out, but what you had missed is Monkey had DNF'd, Takumi lost it at turn 2, and I think that started a virtual safety car, I'm not sure, or it might have started a safety car, and then Zampa apparently was in the pits and got spawned out of the pits and he got disqualified. So this race has already seen 3 incidents related to the pits, and Ritzy I think bumps Maxim on the side pod. Seemed a bit aggressive, but I couldn't see it from Ritzy's angle. Both Renaults were disqualified in quali, and then Zampa in the race was disqualified after an incident in the pits. And we'll go to the back to see some battles where Craig's got past BJ and Dubsy closing in on Brazy. Well, so far from what we've seen of the racing, it's been high quality. A lot of battles, and as you can see from the Delta, everyone's tight together. And Stenner's picked up a time penalty, which will not be helpful. And hopefully Maxim should have the move done now. And when Billions get past Husky, Husky's going to try and build the momentum to get the DRS on the next straight to get past him. As Billion is going to protect the inside, so we'll see if Husky can get it done around the outside. And he has. What a move by Husky. And Dubsy in the AlphaTauri is really pressurising Brazy. And what you also might have missed, well, I'm pretty sure the stream caught it, where on lap 1 of turn 1, it seemed everyone was ghosted, And it seemed everyone was ghosted for a good while, so it was difficult to tell what was going on. As Zombie Kira is on the back of Bradley. As Deus Kofi sets the fastest lap on the softs. I think we've settled down now into the race, and there's side by side Husky on the back of Billy and Penguin as the other Alfa Romeo of Just Sanders now getting into the fight. Billy and Penguin picks up a time penalty, and Just Sanders going to try and look to follow someone through. Whoever gets the move done, Just Sanders will probably look to follow them through to get an easy pass. But Billion keeps the position. Great defending. And we will see Wraith in the Williams up in 11th. Now, I remember Wraith back in Tier 3 and he was a lot better than everyone else. So he got moved up to Tier 2, that's how good Wraith was. Deus Kofi, I think, set the fastest lap again in the softs and has closed up to Stenner, so Deus Kofi looking pretty good so far in this race. I think he might be doing a two-step. I think he started on the softs, so I think he might be going softs, mediums as Husky's around. Oh, and Zombie Kira, big contact on Bradley Johnson. As Husky's recovered his car, but that's big contact, and I'm not certain that Zombie Kira doesn't have any damage. As Wraith gets past Breezy, and you're seeing that pace that he has. Even though he's in the Williams, he's up in 9th. Dub Z in 8th. Pressurising Just Sander. And it seems that what we missed is there was a three-way battle between Sander, Billy and Penguin and Husky, and while that battle was going on, Husky must have lost it, or either took contact and lost it. As Charisma gets past Ritzy, who's on the hards, so I would not be discouraged. As Deus Kofi and Stenner are battling, Stenner looked to get the move done, I think. I think Deus Kofi must have had the move done beforehand. And we're seeing Remix around the outside of Craig Connolly, who has the DRS. Remix is the DRS, so maybe get the move done, and it looks like Craig has lost a front right end plate. So, it will be tough to hold on to this position from Craig. Brakes early to let Remix through. But good for Craig. He does have a gap behind him, so he's not under pressure, and he can just hopefully use Remix to drag him along, even though he has damage. As Deus Kofi come down the street again on Stenner. Can he go for a late lunge? Decides not to do it. Probably going to try and get the momentum for the next DRS straight. And Deus Kofi unable to get the move done. And Ritzy, even though he's in the hards, still battling with Charisma. Oh, and he's lost it. He's made contact with Charisma's front right. He made contact with Charisma's front right tyre and spun, and Billion's up into 5th. That's Just Sander now. Gonna try and bring the momentum as Deus Kofi. Oh, Stenner's lost it. Stenner's off. What seemed like our favourite to win the race has lost it. I don't know if there was contact between him and Deus Kofi. I'd think it likely for how long they were battling and how this race has been going. It's been filled with contact everywhere, it seems. And Wraith up in 8th, followed by Dub Z. And Wraith, even though he's in the Williams, still has insane pace and must get the move done on Just Sander up into 6th. We're seeing another Williams, and there's another yellow. I think it was of Brazy, and Deus Kofi is close to lapping him, and Stenner must have taken damage because he's now out on the sauce. Must be going for a reverse 2-stop with the mediums first and then 2 softs, is my guess. And Craig is also in the pits as well as Brazy. And we'll see Budweiser on the back of JLE. Can Budweiser get the momentum for the next DRS straight? JLE tight to the inside, trying to break the slipstream. And he definitely succeeded for the first DRS straight, but Budweiser looks to have a much better run for the second one. Has to snap across the left to avoid contact, so I don't think he'll get the move done. But he is pressurising JLE a lot. Budweiser with no penalties, as well as Wraith, Charisma, Kofi and BJ. Just as Ritzy picks up another penalty, trying to get past Billion Penguin. And Billion Penguin seems to be defending for his life because I've only seen the back of his gearbox so far. I've not seen him trying to overtake anyone. But he's up in the 4th. As Ritzy seems to lose it a little bit, but I think should have the momentum. Although he is on the hards, so it'll be a late move if he makes it. Oh, that's a big send, and he gets the move done. Big send from Ritzy, gets the car slowed down in time. Big send, and Wraith and Dub Z. Wraith up into 6th, very impressive in the Williams. As Stenner sets the fastest lap, and I'm not sure if I saw a bit of a tank slurp coming on there, but I think it was Budweiser and Remix, and I think Budweiser must have recovered. Oh, and Remix gets a tire on the grass. He's lost a lot of time now to Budweiser after that. And Stenner gets the move done on PJ. And Deus Kofi's in the pits, and he's come out on the mediums. So I think he is in a net P1 as things stand, even though Maxim is P1 at the moment. And Just Sanders into the pits. Dub Z on the back of Wraith. As Billions now on the back of Ritzy. We'll see what he can do. Can he close the gap? And Dub Z seems to be all over the back of Wraith for the last couple of laps, but has just maintained like a 5/10 gap, has not been able to build the momentum to get past as Wraith peels into the pits. I wonder is Wraith going to go on softs to the ends? I think anyone who pits now will probably be going on softs to the end. That would be my guess. One Charisma picks up a penalty. And that might be big, because he was up there with no penalties, challenging Maxim. And now that he's over the back of him, oof, almost loses it. And Wraith comes out of the pits in 12th. But I'll try and not look at the penalties too much. So that the ending will be a bit of a surprise. And Charisma should comfortably get the move done on Maxim. As Maxim now has good momentum out of this corner. Can he get the position back? Seems to have done. And Dub Z and Remix into the pits for their final stop. And Bradley out ahead of Dub Z. Dub Z on the softs though, and looks very pacey in comparison to Bradley at the moment. Brakes very early to give Bradley the room. With a yellow flag, although there's no one in that part of the track, so should be ignored. It's DS Kofi on the mediums, who I believe to be in a net P1. It's past Billion. And Wraith, who was pit onto the softs, is now in 9th. So 2 weeks in a row we've seen Williams drivers who are not where they should be. Where last week it was Haters up in 2nd, and now Wraith's in 9th, and there's a lot of drivers in front of him still yet to pit, so I think he might even finish even higher. And Stenner past Husky. And I wonder, is the people who are currently on the hards, are they going to the end? They might be. And that is a definite cut off, and that's JLE into the wall. Very far off the track. It looked like he might have made contact with someone, because he was in a close battle with a couple of cars I've seen. As Budweiser into the pits, as well as Billion Penguin. So they're on the softs. So I was wondering if the hards could go to the end, and I was a bit unsure, but it looks like they're all on the softs now, so we will see. And oh, there's a safety car. Oh, I noticed that very late. Please tell me that was not out for a while. Because I only noticed it there now. I literally seen the safety car on track and was like, oh, that's a safety car. For some reason I didn't notice the yellows. This is a lot more difficult whenever you're doing comms solo. Because I had the help of Ultra Titan last week. And doing things solo, it's not as easy. And Maxim's on the softs, and he's did 17 laps. And I'm just a bit unsure of what he's doing. Is he coming in the pits? Yeah, him and Charisma into the pits. I think the safety car must have came on track before Charisma and Maxim got past turn 1. That's my guess, because they probably would have pit earlier. So this will be big for Ritzy. Well, let's check the penalty situation. Ritzy's on 6. Billy and Penguin's on 6. And Budweiser's on 0, as well as DS Kofi being on 0. And DS Kofi, I think, would have been a net P1 regardless. So I think this might actually be bad for him, a safety car. Because now everyone behind is on the softs. Ritzy's going to have to do a mega job to hold up people in the hards. I don't know if he'll be able to do that. That will be quite amazing to see if he's able to hold up everyone in the hards. DS Kofi's in the best position, as in he'll be able to jump Ritzy with penalties. And Budweiser, currently no penalties, as well as being on the softs. Currently our championship leader at RPL. Thank you for the follow, Motoman, in the chat there. If you've only arrived, you've arrived at a good time, as we're under our second safety car here. And thankfully this time there seems to not be a problem with the stream like there was earlier. But I think it should be fixed now. And we're going for another lap onto the safety car, trying to get the rest of these cars caught up. I think we'll see where Brazy is. Oh, Brazy. Brazy's in a rough position because he's stuck behind the safety car, and it's still the glitch where he can't go through, otherwise he'll get disqualified. And I think that's what he's typing in the Discord right now, is the fact that he's trapped behind the safety car and it won't let him through. Oh, and he's hit Budweiser. He has hit Budweiser, and Budweiser's been given a 5-second, but Budweiser, if you're listening, do not panic, because that will be removed. We've seen it on the stream. That will be removed. So I would not worry about that 5-second penalty. So, and the safety car's in this lap. So currently, as things sit, I still think Budweiser is still the favourite, in my opinion. But we will see what the race ends up being. Oh, DS Kofi gets in the grass, and I think it's starting to rain as well. Yep, I'm seeing the rain droplets coming down now. This race has been a bit all over the place. And Billion on the back of DS Kofi. One Budweiser and Stanner. Stanner, can he get past Budweiser? Oh, they're making contact left, right and centre. And I think Stanner gets the move done. Yep, that is rain. This has been probably the most bizarre race I've seen in a while. We've had glitches galore, and The first couple laps were ghosts galore, and it was hard to tell who was racing who, as DS Kofi getting past Ritzy, and Billy and Penguin's looking to follow him through as Stenner switches to the inside of Billy and Penguin. He's trying to switch to the outside of Ritzy. Oh, they're so close. Oh, and Stenner goes up the inside of Ritzy. Oh, and Ritzy switchbacked him out of his socks. Oh, big contact! Big contact! Stenner's off. And Stenner's retired. Oh my word. Stenner's off. Budweiser losing positions in the 6th, and Sanders off as well. Oh my word, and there's another safety car. This has been insane. JLE's retired as well at the end of the pits. What has happened? What has happened? Bradley in for a wing change, and Brazy will hopefully now get a chance to catch up, but I think it might be unlikely. This has been mental. I just don't know what's happening anymore. Bradley's on the intermediates. He is going for it. He is risking it, because he knows he's at the back. So, may as well take the risk. I don't even know if Brazy's... I think he is still here. He's just letting people through, or... because he is a lap down. So, now we'll look at the penalty situation. The safety car's just there, and I think it needs to go in like immediately, because then there'll be 2 laps. 2 laps of racing. I think DS Kofi is now the favourite to win, as things stand. Although there was contact throughout this race, so I'm expecting the report button to be completely spammed. And Bradley's got to drive through to add insult to injury. Must have been trying really hard to catch up under the virtual safety car that you have to maintain under the safety car. So, unfortunately, Bradley, I think that might be his race gone, as Brazy is just stuck in the pack again. Can't really do much. And as we come past Sector 2, safety car is in this lap. And Wraith, who's in 8th, is one to watch, because he will jump very far on penalties. I'm still really unsure of... I've really no idea, as DS Kofi gets us underway. I've really no idea where anyone's going to finish because of the penalty situation. And into turn 1, Billion keeps it. Oh, there's an Alpha of Husky. Oh, he's all over the back of Ritzy. And Budweiser as well, into 5th. Budweiser, who I think is a guarantee for a driver of the day, started in 20th, he's up 15 places. And if it weren't for this last safety car, might have won, coming from P20. Wraith up into 7th. Oh, but Wraith picks up his first penalty. That could be big as well. This has been one of the most mental races. As Charisma's on the back of Budweiser. I don't think there'll be any DRS for the rest of this race. It will be just sprinting, everyone using maximum ERS that they can. Oh! Charisma had to pull out late for Budweiser. And Maxim has been disqualified for I don't know what reason. Why has Maxim been disqualified? It said failed to use the right tyres. Had he been on the sauce the entire race? Not sure. Oh, I think he has. I think he was doing a 2-stop, and I think he stopped he like stopped twice, but went from sauce to softs to softs. I think that was the issue, is that he didn't switch to the mediums. As Charisma's on the back of Husky, and I'm seeing penalties pile in. One from DS Kofi or fucking race later. This is unbelievable. Oh, and Ritzy's lost it. What's happened? What's happened? What is going on? I can't even tell anymore. I think Budweiser dropped in the order. What did I just say? Dub C's lost it! Oh my god! Alright. I thought... Right, that was the race over. I'm so... I just don't know what's happened. Well... I could not keep up. I didn't even know the race ended there. There's so much going on all of the time. But our winner is DS Kofi, followed by Husky, followed by Charisma. And Wraith will be our driver of the day, I'm pretty sure. In the Williams, finishing 4th. I don't know what it is about people in the Williams, but they seem to really outperform. I'm going to try and get interviews in to work out what happened at all in that race. This has been the most confusing race I've ever watched. Right, I need to get the race director, look at the incidents, go through them all very quickly, because there's so many. Okay, hopefully that can help. If we look at Maxim, we can see he went from softs to soft to softs. And... oh my god. I'm going to try and invite people to this to work out what happened at all. And I'm still yet to invite. Okay, that's all the invites sent out. Charisma, as you come in, can you tick the box? And also you're muted. I wonder if... Um, I wonder if that's anything to do on my end. Don't think it is. But we have Maxim joining. And he's left. Well, there's not people joining the party, and for some reason, Charisma, who's in the party, is muted, and it won't let me unmute him. So, I think I will just end this race here. This has been one of the most confusing races. But this was round 11, I'm pretty sure, of the RPL League. Round 12 will be our final at Bahrain next week. But as a penultimate Grand Prix, this has been so confusing. I still don't know what happened. I'm going to have to end the stream and look back at what happened. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And I'll end it there.